she said, "I see God in every human being. When I wash the leper's wounds, I feel I am nursing the Lord himself. Is it not a beautiful experience?" And when I read that, I recalled another interview I had with Bishop Curlin, who met Mother Teresa in Washington, D.C. when he was a pastor of one of the poorest parishes there. And he said that when he went to visit Mother Teresa in Calcutta, he went to the Home for the Dying, and she was there bathing the wounds of a very sick man. And she almost looked embarrassed that Bishop Curlin would see her on her hands and knees. And then there was a story that he relayed that someone told him while he was there, that when the home first opened in 1951, I believe, at the Kali Temple, which is the oldest temple, one of the oldest pilgrimage centers in India, and a very thriving pilgrimage center, they donated a portion of that temple to the Missionaries of Charity for the Home for the Dying. And when it first opened, many of the people in the vicinity thought that Mother Teresa wanted to just convert everyone to Catholicism, and a number of them threatened to kill her. However, one day, a priest who had been afflicted with leprosy came into the Home for the Dying, and Mother Teresa herself attended to him and bathed his wounds and put the bandages on and took care of him with her own hands. And another priest saw this, and he told the crowd, he said, "If you can do to your priest what Mother Teresa is doing, then you can take her out and do as you wish." They never bothered her again. So the whole point was that she was doing the work and bringing, her charism was about, so much about putting the words into action, you know, truly following the path of Jesus by her actions more than by her words. "The poor give us much more than we give them. They're such strong people, living day to day with no food. And they never curse, never complain. We don't have to give them pity or sympathy. We have so much to learn from them." Which brought another experience for me to mind. Every time I read one of Mother Teresa's quotes, it brings a personal experience of mine or one that I've witnessed in Calcutta with Mother Teresa. When Mother Teresa's sisters opened a home in Atlanta, it's an AIDS hospice home, and I'd been going there over a number of years, and there was one woman who particularly stood out for me. Her name was Marian. And Marian was this really angry woman. She came into the home, and she would yell and scream, and she'd sit outside and smoke her cigarettes and say, "I hate this place. They don't let me smoke. I can't watch TV. I'm going to get out of here as soon as I can. I'm going to go and find myself my own apartment because I want to get out of this place and away from these sisters." Well, of course, with the deterioration of her body through the ravages of AIDS, one watched Marian's transformation. And then the week before she died, I went over to the home, and I was told she was upstairs. And I went upstairs, and she was lying in this hospital bed, and I didn't recognize her. She was just a skeletal of the woman who had first come to the home. And I was just like, oh, my heart just ached for her, and I started crying. And Mother Teresa said, "Don't look so sad in front of the dying. They need to see a joyful face. They don't need your sadness, they need your joy." And I said to Marian, "I'm so sorry. You know, I'm doing exactly the opposite of what Mother Teresa told us to do." I said, I feel so sad for you." And she said, and her leg had just been amputated as well. And she was just so skinny and frail, lying in that bed. And she says, "Oh, Linda, you don't have to feel sorry for me." She said, "When I came here, I was such an angry person, but I have received so much love. I have converted to Catholicism. I know, Linda, now that I'm going home to God in peace and with love, and with the love that I never had, I received here." That was Mother Teresa's work. Exactly what Marion was talking about. That was central to her work. It was very simple. You didn't see it shining example. You didn't see, there was no bells and whistles. There was no hoopla. It was very simple. I received love for the first time in my life. I'm leaving with love. I have a sense of dignity about me now, and I'm ready to move on.